I see Ms. Petros. You have your hand raised.
Yes. Good morning, Chairman Ravel, members Beckton and Johnson. My name is Margaret Petros. I am a victim advocate and the executive director at the nonprofit Mothers Against Murder, or MAM. I'm requesting that you direct staff to not separate the meeting's agenda items, specifically the closed session agenda item, because it makes no sense to separate that. This is one meeting, one board. It's confusing, it's misleading. To be more specific, when you go to the homepage, you go CA VCB about meetings, then notice of meetings and meeting material, which common sense says, this is the items where everything is listed on it. But this document excludes the closed session and all the claim numbers being decided by you on the closed session. They've all along been separating that and listing it, which over a year ago, I've experienced where I reviewed the notice and meetings of the meeting material record, and also was present at this meeting by Zoom, but I was not aware that one of our victims' claims was on the agenda for a denial recommendation and was decided on you in the closed session. So I connected with staff to express my concerns. And that's when I figured out it's a separated items, and I believed it was going to be corrected, but still it has not. And that's been the problem, is staff not listening, staff ignoring simple requests. It's silly that I have to come before a public meeting in front of the board members to ask for a simple thing, but although it is simple, it's really serious violation. It really misleads the public. The public has a right to be clear on these items. So please make sure these things that are regular are operated correctly. The other concern I have on this closed session is that 59 claims are recommended for denial and for your decision today in the closed session. The agenda was posted 10 days ago on July 8th, but as you must know by now, the last month on June 21st, the judge ruled in MAM's favor and granted the writ of mandate against CA VCB that these denials based on hearings on written records is not lawful, that victims have a right to have an in-person hearing, and that the Code of Regulations 647.20.1 is faulty. It is inconsistent with the law. It's troubling that I find still 59 claims agendized to be denied. Although I know you could do it because the written decision is not signed by the judge yet, but it's still a decision that was made, and it's a public record. We've just been working on the language, and my understanding is by tomorrow, our agency attorney will be filing the language and the order with the judge for signature. So please, I'm asking you to respect that decision. It's still 59 cases that should be put on hold today. And I think the chief counsel should have respected the judge's decision. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Petros. I'll just note that we are discussing that writ proceeding in closed session today. Is there any other public comment on items not on the agenda? Seeing none, thank you again, Ms. Petros.
Report consists of administrative amendments to the criminal restitution compacts, the joint power agreements for the term of July 1st to 2024 through June 30th, 2027, and standard operational contracts. These items are informational and do not require board action, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Deputy Ramirez. Are there any questions or comments from the board?
Margaret Petros.
Yes, Margaret Petros, a victim advocate, executive director with Mothers Against Murder. Just a quick look at the budget. And I'm seeing some disparities between the joint powers in different offices. I've not really had much chance to look closely at it, but also wanting to bring attention of the board members as well as the public that really close attention need to be paid to the performance and the amount of claims or funds that are being brought to victims in the individual counties. For example, if Santa Clara County, the county I am very familiar with, my jurisdiction is getting $3.399 million for joint powers contracts. When looking at the amount of money that was brought for victims in Santa Clara County, I believe last fiscal year, the 22-23, was only about $800,000. If you are paying them almost $3.4 million, figure out the cost. What private business could possibly operate at such a high cost? I mean, if we were to just not have processing, close our eyes and pay victims, we'd be paying them $5 million without administrative costs and be able to help a lot more victims. The cost per dollar, for every dollar that's going to victim, it must be at least 1.75. The cost is huge. It is baffling. It's unbelievable. And I'm going to look much closely at it, but just as again, a quick look, you really need to look closely and pay attention to the productivity and how much help is coming to victims. Thank you.